In this video, I am going to show you why I rebranded my design business, the new design portfolio website we created, the steps taken to rebrand, and how I have started attracting and closing higher priced clients and projects as a result. So first, let's talk about why I rebranded. And I'm going to actually take you through a full tour of our website near the end of the video, so make sure you stay for that. So initially, our company was positioned as a design studio for e-commerce sellers selling on Amazon. We always had plenty of clients coming to us. Our design services were very focused to help these Amazon sellers increase their product sales on Amazon through brand identity, packaging, and listing images and infographics. You probably already knew that. And as our company grew, we wanted to increase our prices and be able to work with less clients. So because our positioning was this go-to design studio for these Amazon sellers, many of the clients that were reaching out were low budget. They were new Amazon sellers who couldn't afford our increased prices. Plus, their mentors always recommended getting packaging and logos at a very low cost so that they could invest more in buying products to sell. The challenge. While we were still able to fish out bigger budget clients, we wanted to stop having to turn away lower budget clients altogether. So as our brand had grown in the circle of e-commerce, specifically in the Amazon seller community, we wanted to reposition ourselves to attract brands that were willing to invest, and they needed more premium services that we were providing, like strategy. And we wanted to actually at the same time not lose this position that we'd gained in this Amazon community. So the question was, how can we stay in the same overall niche and at the same time appeal to a bigger budget clientele? Research. We wanted to attract 7 to 8 figure e-commerce brands selling on Amazon who wanted to expand and really grow their brands, not just to sell some random products and make money. Our initial approach was to research these type of clients. Who were they? Where were they? What were their pain points? And what challenges they had in their business that our services could help them overcome. This was different than just selling. We initially mapped out the customer journey of these type of clients to actually identify what services we could provide that were going to appeal to them, and specifically at what point in this journey they would need these services. Insights gained. So through in-depth research, through interviews, and just talking to them on social media platforms, we actually were able to gain tons of great insights. So first of all, 7 to 8 figure brand owners did not necessarily hang around in the same network events, the forums, or Facebook groups that other newer or mid-range sellers did. They were rarely in Facebook groups that were actually not paid at all, and were more often in masterminds and listened to podcasts. Second of all, their challenges were very different than the people we had been targeting up to this point. These brands had very, very deep branding related pain points that were not shared by these other smaller sellers that we used to work with. They were at a point in their journey where they wanted to either one, exit the Amazon platform game and sell their brand to an investor, or two, expand their reach beyond the e-commerce platform of Amazon and sell through their own website. Or point 1 and 2 combined, acquiring or creating actually new brands and growing them and really investing in the brand identity and not just getting a logo for $5. This would allow them to eventually expand their brand to either sell it to investors or expand beyond Amazon. The rebrand. So at this point, we decided to rebrand ourselves, not only in our identity, but our positioning and our messaging. While we are not able to get into every single specific point of a rebrand in this video, I'm gonna highlight some of the key factors and the key changes. We first created a target audience persona. So that means a profile of someone who represents a key member of one of our target audience groups. Although the persona will be based on characteristics of a real customer or client, it should be a fictional character when you're doing this process. So this helps to understand who you are talking to, who you are creating this brand for, and the key step of actually developing your messaging and your positioning. Our rebrand was very simple, yet very specific. First, we figured out the brand personality that would actually attract and resonate with that target audience persona. This was being guiding, bold, knowledgeable, but at the same time a little disruptive. We found in the gaps in what other competitors offered, what we could actually come in and be different. So while most of other companies that helped e-commerce brands grow were into ranking products and keywords and algorithms, we were about ranking their brand in the eyes of their consumers using that human connection. Our brand went from just being about welcoming new sellers and helping kind of babysit them in their initial Amazon product launching to actually welcoming only those Amazon sellers that were serious about growing an actual brand. Every aspect and messaging in our rebrand was carefully crafted to speak their language, while at the same time positioning ourselves for them. Taking all of these concepts, I looked at what colors best conveyed this guiding and sage-like personality, and I kept going back to green as the main color. While the original brand was bright orange to align with Amazon colors and then bright blue to complement it, I wanted to ensure this new brand was drastically different and created a more sophisticated mood. But since we also had this bit of a disruptive, rebellious side to our personality, I wanted to have this integrated into the brand with a bit of rough edges and browns. So you can see this mood board I created actually helped to set the tone of where I was going. For the logo, we wanted it to be a bit bolder, so instead of the partial circle that we had previously had, we instead created a word mark logo and dropped the studio altogether. I found this cool font on Creative Market called Renegade, and I used that to help contrast the more solid and sophisticated font of Montserrat website. At the top of the website, we have a very clear message of who we serve and how we help them. Underneath, we list further who we are and how we are different. Then is the case studies and testimonials. And then throughout the website itself, I created buttons and design elements that had this rough angle to them to contrast the bold, sophisticated Montserrat. And we really showed our values and evidence of how businesses embracing their own values can increase their product sales. That was something we really wanted to get behind. We showed the process of what we can help them with through a whole capabilities page that walks through the steps of a full brand strategy and brand identity in words and language they can understand. We show a sampling of our work where they actually can hover over and get an idea of what we did for each project that we show, as well as 4 main clients leading to further case studies of how we've helped them get great results after working with us. And on each of these case study pages, we list the challenge we faced with that client, the scope of the project, the approach we took, and the results afterwards. We also show sample designs from working with them and a link to their own website, as well as a testimonial from that client. In the About page, we explain our mission, our values, and who we are so the client can get to know us better and see if they resonate with us. We have a full resource section that shows great companies that service our ideal clients, which we've actually worked with, and which allows us, other companies, to be more interested to collaborate and get featured on that page. We have a full blog as well that helps to show we really know and understand their niche, as well as that we care about educating the e-commerce Amazon sellers in topics that can help them improve their own e-commerce businesses. We have a contact page that makes it really simple to reach out to us, as well as having this at the bottom of every page. We then started to get ourselves more known in the specific communities that we wanted to be attracting, where our ideal clients were. And as a result of this website, we have already attracted some of the exact client we had aimed to attract and closed projects bigger than I had ever imagined could be possible when I look back to when I first started Principium almost 6 years ago. So I can speak from my own experience, truly figuring out who your audience is, researching them in depth, understanding what messaging will attract them, and then building your site for them can take your design business to a whole new level. I would love to actually hear your thoughts on my new brand in the comments below. And if this video was helpful for you, do let me know. It's been a long time coming and I wanted to ensure I provided it to help you see that each point was carefully crafted and placed to get my exact ideal clients. This is why I don't know how someone can just create a website or a brand without knowing who they want to attract. To me, it would really be like shooting in the dark. So thank you very much for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe if you aren't already for future videos every Tuesday. I'll see you next week.